Today at 2:30, we go to the floor and debate whether or not to censure Adam Schiff. So you guys know that what he did was wrong. It's interesting because you see these left-wing accounts parroting the same propaganda, trying to blanket statements saying that Republicans are all liars, and yet they make excuses for something that was absolutely egregious. You know, Adam Schiff literally used his position on House Intelligence, read a cooked up dossier into a congressional record, and honestly helped with the illegal spying and violation of American citizens' civil liberties. And yet people are still trying to defend this guy. It's crazy to me. Either which way, though, this is not a violation of constitutional rights, okay? What Pelosi did with fines in the past, that was a violation because it made the members personally liable. This is totally separate. This would send him to an investigation into House ethics, which should happen. We should do our jobs. House ethics should do their jobs. And it would ultimately hold him accountable for everything that he did and then censure him. So I have faith that my colleagues will do the right thing and will be updating you as the day continues.
A few moments later.
On this vote, the ayes are 225, the nays are 196. There are 7 answering present. The motion is adopted. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Wonk, 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 wonk. Nobody should be surprised what the result of that was, because the GOP has shown us at every opportunity that they are weak, okay? They are weak AF, okay? Because when it comes time to give the Democrats a taste of their own medicine, they failed to do so for whatever reason. Who knows, okay? But yeah, the GOP tried to censure and fine Adam Schiff $16 million for his Russia collusion hoax lies.
Trump spends 4 years trying to prove this deep state conspiracy theory. The whole thing, of course, was a big bust.
I would characterize it this way at the outset of the investigation. There is circumstantial evidence of collusion. There is direct evidence, I think, of deception.
All you have right now is a circumstantial case.
Actually, no, Chuck. I can tell you that the case is more than that, and I can't go into the particulars, but there is more than circumstantial evidence now. So, again, I think...
So you have seen direct evidence of collusion?
I don't want to go into specifics, but I will say that there is evidence that is not circumstantial and is very much worthy of investigation.
There has been a report from CNN that Wednesday night that the FBI was looking into collusion with the Russians in the Trump campaign in terms of spreading information about Hillary Clinton's campaign. Do you have any information to back that up?
I can't say that I think that the investigation that the director talked about at our Monday hearing is justified. I think there is a sufficient basis for that investigation, not only to have been initiated, but for it to continue at this point. The most significant thing to me is that Christopher Steele may have found out, even before our own intelligence agencies, that the Russians were in fact aiming to help Donald Trump in the election. I think you see the most palpable evidence of a collusion in terms of violating the Logan Act.
Have Democrats found any evidence of collusion?
Yes, we have. But we do know this. The Russians offered help, the campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help, and the president made full use of that help. And that is pretty damning, whether it is proof beyond a reasonable doubt of conspiracy or not.
Can you agree?
Okay, I mean, this guy peddled the Steele dossier, which was basically the dossier that alleged that Trump had PP tapes of him getting pissed on by Russian prostitutes. He was buddies with Putin. He pushed all types of lies on mainstream liberal media. They ate it up, and they peddled it as well, too. And he wasted $32 million of taxpayer money. So one GOP representative, who's a freshman, Anna Paulina Luna, actually had the cojones, right? She had the cojones to actually tried to punish Democrats for spreading lies and wasting taxpayer money. And I wanted to show you guys her argument for why she decided to bring this resolution to the House floor to punish Adam Schiff. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can check out my new merch. For example, like my blacked out version of my signature racist mug, which is a reminder of the 2023 definition of racist, according to the left, which is anybody who disagrees with the Democrat Party. It also has my logo on it as well. So if you guys want to check that out, you can at gforemanbcp.com. Get 20% off using discount code TEAMBCP.
The compromised position that the president is in. John Kirby was speechless. Watch this.
What do you say to the majority of Americans who believe that the president is himself corrupt?
Wow. Can I take that question?
The president has spoken to this. The president has spoken to this.
And there's nothing to these claims.
Congresswoman, your reaction?
Nothing to these claims is an absolute farce. We have literal bank documentation from subpoenaed bank records that show that this administration, that this family, that this president is compromised. To go back to what you were saying about how complicit and how hard it's been to get this message out there, you know, I will credit this show and Fox for really doing right by the American people to provide a different perspective and show the truth on what's really happening in Washington. But, you know, social media was really a problem. And up until recently with Twitter, we really were fighting with one hand behind our back. And I will speak to Adam Schiff. Maria, I have a privilege resolution that I'm bringing to the floor, and we are going to fine that man $16 million for using his position to lie to the American people and ultimately push something that not only destroyed our country, ripped us apart, but also too is responsible for almost, I believe, maybe even potentially permanently damaging foreign relations. He's a criminal. What he did was wrong. And Adam Schiff, you will be held accountable.
Wow. Well, look, we watched it and lived it all while he was going out there as the chairman of the Intelligence Committee telling us that there was collusion in plain sight. He had to know better. He was the chairman of the committee.
Absolutely. He said that he saw the, and I quote, smoking gun, and yet he was privileged to information that not even I or many of my colleagues would be able to see. He used that position. He absolutely aided and abetted a corrupt FBI into investigating a sitting president. And I would even say, Maria, you know, some people would say that in doing what he did, not only did he bring dishonor to the House of Representatives, but he really destroyed, I think, the sense of camaraderie that we had in this country in pushing an egregious lie that cost the American taxpayers over $32 million.
It did rip the country apart. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys, right? I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you guys. Me encantan las latinas de extrema derecha porque ellas tienen más cojones que el Partido Republicano, because it took big cojones to bring this resolution to the floor. And shout out to her for at least attempting to give the Democrats a taste of their own medicine by actually punishing Adam Schiff for the lies that he spewed in Congress, okay? Because, again, Democrats don't go soft on Republicans, and I don't expect Republicans to go soft on Democrats. However, in a situation like this, where Republicans actually had a chance to go hard on Democrats and to punish them, they failed, unfortunately. Because like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this resolution to censure and to fine Adam Schiff $16 million failed because 20 Republicans, these guys right here, okay, decided to vote against it. So take a good look here, right? If your representative is up here in this picture, this person literally voted to allow Adam Schiff to get away with peddling lies about President Trump, okay? And again, they used that in an effort to try to overthrow our republic with these lies. Now, again, meanwhile, Democrats are currently trying to lock up their political opponents. Again, this is the difference between GOP and the Democrats. This is why Democrats win and GOP loses, because Democrats are strong, right? There's nothing that's off the table for Democrats that they won't do, okay? But for the GOP, oh, we don't want to go too far. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. And it's like, bruh, no cojones, right? Ellos no tienen cojones, okay? At all. At all. So let's read about what happened here, because this is, again, shameful. It really is. The House on Wednesday voted down a resolution to censure Representative Adam Schiff, a Democrat of California. The push to reprimand the former House Intelligence Committee chair came as former President Trump was arrested on Tuesday over his handling of classified documents. The resolution cited Schiff's allegations of collusion between Trump and Russia during the 2016 election and his promotion of the Steele dossier. It proposed fining Schiff $16 million, half the cost of former special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Trump. Democrats introduced a motion to table the resolution, which passed 225 to 196, effectively killing the effort. 20 House Republicans voted with all Democrats present to defeat the resolution. 5 Democrats, all on the House Ethics Committee, voted present, as did Representative George Santos and Darrell Issa, representative of California. The resolution was introduced on Tuesday by Anna Paulina Luna, a right-wing Trump ally and occasional GOP leadership antagonist. Yeah, aka she's not pro-establishment, right? She's pro-Trump and she's against the establishment, which is, again, what we need more of. So Adam Schiff has been trying to fundraise off this. Okay, you have one person that's kind of a surprise here, Thomas Massie, who voted against this. He says he has constitutional concerns about this. However, Nancy Pelosi tried to do something very similar to him. So let's read about it. Massie compared the $16 million fine to efforts by former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi during the last Congress to enforce the chamber's mask mandate. Quote, I'm still litigating a federal lawsuit against Pelosi over a salary reduction she imposed on me for my refusal to wear a mask. He tweeted. Luna shot back by noting that the fine would have to be levied by the Ethics Committee and could be paid for with campaign funds, differentiating it from Pelosi's fines. And again, guys, this is why the GOP is weak, okay? Because this guy, Thomas Massie, who I kind of liked before, okay, but he's been dropping the ball lately here. He basically voted against this because, you know, he's currently suing Pelosi for reducing his salary for refusing to wear a mask. Again, Pelosi used her power to financially punish a Republican. That Republican has the same opportunity to do it right back to a Democrat, and he refuses. Right? He's taking the high road as if that's actually going to win him any points. Okay? And it's a little bit different here because Luna is saying that, well, the fine is going to be levied by the Ethics Committee and could be paid for with campaign funds. Okay? Which would be different from Pelosi's fines, which apparently were personal. And again, this is why the GOP loses. This is why we can't go anywhere. And this is why Democrats continue to run roughshod over Republicans every chance they get because they know Republicans aren't going to do anything back. Okay? Republicans have turned the cheek, right, too literally, okay? Because that's what they do. They get smacked in the face by Democrats, and then they turn the other cheek and say, hey, smack this one. And they do nothing back. They never fight back. And it's at the point that it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I'm sitting up here trying to convince people that, hey, we need to go out here and to put these people in office who won't even fight and take layups, okay? Like this one right here, this is a layup. If you want Democrats to stop weaponizing the government for their own personal vendetta against you, then you need to do it to them. You need to show them that, hey, you don't want this. Because when we get power, we're going to do it right back to you. That's how you stop it. But again, you got Democrats right now going after the former president of the United States, trying to throw him in jail. Okay, after throwing in jail the protesters on January 6th for taking a peaceful tour of the Capitol, sponsored by the Capitol Police, okay, and Pelosi as well too, and Democrats, because that's what they wanted to happen, right? Threw him in jail. Okay? Now trying to throw the former president of the United States in jail as well too. And Republicans continue to just bend over and take it up the butt with no condom, right? And then they turn around and ask for more. Because every single chance they get to fight back, they don't. They fail. And I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of this weak party. I'm sick and tired of them. Democrats never face consequences for their actions. You have criminals running that party, right? Literally, the president of the United States allegedly is the biggest criminal in the world. But again, nothing's ever done about what they do. But the GOP always has to face the consequences. Not just the GOP, but conservative Americans have to face the consequences. Because they have weaponized the FBI and the DOJ to go after us, right? Parents protested at school boards because they want to protect their kids' innocence. They don't want them being indoctrinated in school with racial and gender ideology. They're domestic terrorists, according to the FBI and the DOJ. They showing up to the doorstep of pro-life activists, right? They're spending time going after Catholics. Meanwhile, again, GOP can't even take a layup and find Adam Schiff and censure him for abusing his position on the Intelligence Committee to peddle lies about the former president of the United States that were used to try to overthrow our republic, because that's exactly what it was. Of the 2016 election, which Democrats told us is a terrible thing to do. You can't doubt or cast doubt on the outcome of the elections, right? That makes you an insurrectionist, and therefore you should be punished. I mean, they impeached Trump for it, right? But again, we can't even get this small W against Adam Schiff because we have weaklings in this party that refuse to stand up against the tyranny that is coming from the Democrat Party. It's amazing. It really is. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.